Hotel Echo Whiskey.
Hotel Echo Whiskey, Roger. What's the name there?
Echo Whiskey, Roger. What's the name there? Roger. The name here is Joe. That is Juliet Oscar Echo, located in Raleigh, North Carolina.
Roger, Joe. You know, I tell you what, man. I've my kingdom for a good ballpoint pen. I've tried every ballpoint pen. I like the real bold black, you know. Every one of them. You run it for about 3 or 4 days, and all of a sudden, it's a fine point. I don't know what it is, but anyway. So my beautiful. I forget what this one is, but it is now running fine point, and I'm saying, hey, did I write that or not? Anyway, Joe, what radio are you running, sir?
Good evening. Yeah, I'm running 7300, and it is not a stock mic, but it's a Bluetooth-in wireless mic headset, and Plantronics 720. And I was just fiddling with the ALC on here and the mic gain, and I didn't see a whole lot of difference from where I'm at. That is, I cannot get it to go over 50% ALC. I think that's a good thing, but I'm just wondering, is that something that's built into the 7300? Back to you.
No, but be aware that the ALC escutcheon does not necessarily run the full length of that movement. You know, it's marked what the ALC lines are from here to there. So look at that, and you only want to be running mid-scale to that ALC line. Right now, your dynamic range, it looks to be about a dB, so you're too hot going in. So you need to back off quite a bit, Roger.
Quite a bit, Roger. Okay, right now the gain on there is at 25%. ALC does show a mid-range. I'm going to go down to the mic gain and back off a good 5% there, down to 20%, actually 19%. Has that made any difference? Over?
Yes, sir. You're now at about 2.5 dB. And you need to back off just a little bit more. I think words need to have a little dynamic range, and if you get too fat, your words start to blur. So back off another 8 clicks or so. If you're whatever that. What is your reading right now in your mic gain?
What is your reading right now in your mic gain? The mic gain at the moment is 15%, and it's showing a mid-scale maximum.
Roger. Now, you might think about taking your receiver output gain down and then being able to bring your internal mic gain up, because what you don't want to do is get too hot into your mic input, because you will be distorting that front end. So, think about attenuating that receiver output, then where you can come up with your mic gain to about 50% or so. You know what I mean? 50%
or so. You know what I mean? When you say output, are you talking RF output? Over?
No, I'm talking about, in other words, good practice would dictate that your mic gain should be running about mid-scale. Your internal mic gain should be running about mid-scale. And when you start running down there about 10% or so, it is indicative that your input level to your from your plantonic receiver is a little hot going into your mic input. So you might want to bring that down to where you can run your mic gain, your internal mic gain up around 30%, 40%, 50%, somewhere in there, to assure yourself that you're not overdriving the audio front end of your mic input.
Front end of your mic input. Okay, Roger that. I'll get into the internals on this thing. I haven't adjusted anything in that regard, but it may be also a function of the microphone I'm using. Headset microphone I'm using. The stock mic probably won't do this, won't have this problem. I'm just guessing.
Roger, no. This, I think what it is that you're just overdriving, and you could be like overdriving the front end when you, like I say, when you get down to those lower numbers on the mic input. What did you say your mic input level was?
On the mic input, what did you say your mic input level was? Right now it's at 15%, 15%.
Roger, that should be all right there. But if you had to bring it down lower, like around 10% or something like that, I would think about backing off on your wireless mic receiver gain, back that off, and then back up bring up your mic, your internal mic gain control. So you're taking care of that mic input level. In other words, if you get too hot audio into your mic input, even though you turn your mic level down, that's a backstage to your preamp. So you would probably still be overdriving your front end of your preamp, so you don't want to do that. So good engineering says that you want to be mid-scale or thereabouts on your internal mic gain, so you can bring down your wireless mic receiver gain.
Down your wireless mic receiver gain. Understood. That makes good sense. I will do that. I'll get into the Plantronics and see what happens there. Thank you so much. Back to you.
Roger. And there's a lot of ways to attenuate if you need to. You can, depending on how much gain you got to get rid of, you can bridge out of your wireless mic receiver with 10K and bridge into your mic gain with 10K. And then where those two 10Ks come together, you can put a load resistor across that, depending on how much gain you need to reduce. And that way you'll always have 10K load on your wireless receiver audio, and you'll have a 10K ohm load on your microphone input, and that all should work real well. And so the attenuator resistor, is just whatever it needs to be able to get your mic gain up to say 30%, 40%, 50%, somewhere in there.
Say 30%, 40%, 50%, somewhere in there. Roger that. Makes good sense. I will do that. I appreciate the input, Jim.
Yes, sir. And so why don't you tell me let me just look at your audio for just a moment. Give me about 10 or 15 on your antenna system, and let me look at you.
Just a moment. Give me about 10 or 15 on your antenna system, and let me look at you. Okay, the antenna we're at, first of all, we're in a motorhome located in an RV park, and I have a quarter wave vertical. Happens to be the Eagle 1 vertical antenna for 40 meters, quarter wave, mounted on the rear ladder, and the shielding for the cable is grounded to the chassis of the vehicle. So I've got a 40-foot, as it were, a 40-foot reflector below this thing. So the antenna, though, is mounted on top of the ladder, which is about 12 feet. So the top of the antenna is about 32 plus 12, so 44 feet, something like that. Roger?
Roger that. Now, how close are you working that mic? We suggest that you run that mic straight out as far as you can get it, and then at the last minute make a 90. Roger? Straight out as far as you can get it, and then at the last minute make a 90.
Roger. Straight out as far as you can get it, and then at the last minute make a 90. It actually is below my mouth. It's by my chin, and it does just what you said. I'd have to reach down. I can't even touch it with my tongue, so I could stick my chin out like that, and I can almost touch it.
Roger that. You still might be just a tad warm. Back off just a little bit more on that microphone level, if you would, and let me look at you.
On that microphone level, if you would, and let me look at you. All right, backed it down to 10%, and looks like the ALC is a skosh below half scale. It'll peak at half scale on the 7300. Roger?
Yeah, Roger. You need to be just a little bit warmer than that, so your ALC is reading correctly. So just a mid-scale to 2/3, and you'll be dynamite. Roger?
Just a mid-scale to 2/3, and you'll be dynamite. Roger? Okay, Roger that. I pushed it up 2 more. We're at 12%, and it looks like it's sitting right at half scale.
Yeah, it could be just a skosh more. What you were at 17 before?
Be just a skosh more. What you were at 17 before? 15.
Roger. Go to 17. Let me look at you. It all depends. I mean, do you customarily speak at a specific level, more or less?
At a specific level, more or less? Basically what I'm doing right now, it tends to be a little louder than conversation, but that's it, where I am right now. And we're at 17% gain, Roger.
Yeah, that's good. And so when you listen back, I've been monitoring the Arlington SDR, so that's a full-scale frequency response SDR on the lower end down to at least 100 cycles, so you sound good. Roger, Roger.
At least 100 cycles, so you sound good. Roger, Roger. Okay, I'll appreciate that. I will dial that up in the coming day or two when you get it posted. I sure appreciate it, Jim. Thanks for your help. Back to you.
Roger, Roger. Joe, appreciate that, sir. 73 to you, and if you get a chance, join us next Friday. Have a great afternoon, beautiful weekend. This is Kilo Charlie 9, Victor Kilo Victor, the Friday afternoon Qso-Vlog net. If you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.
Qso-Vlog net. If you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.